What's up, everybody? This is Discuss Impact. I'm JaySin here with the Horror King, and gotta quickly mention this episode is dedicated to Steve Harwell from Smash Mouth. Gotta say, at least he knew it was coming, like the man said himself. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. Now, you can kind of say roll me as in all kinds of ways. Gary, you think that's fair? He got rolled? We're all gonna get rolled one day?
I don't know. That's the first I've heard anything. Well, what are you? Did he pass away or something?
Yeah, sadly. Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, that's the lead singer.
Yeah. Come on. You don't know Smash Mouth, bro? You ever see
So
Shrek?
I know Smash Mouth, but I never knew his name.
You ever see Shrek, dude? Come on.
Oh yeah, definitely seen Shrek, and I remember that song from Smash Mouth, but I wasn't aware. I didn't see it on Twitter today. At least when I looked.
Yeah, lots been going on. You've probably been drowned out with CM Punk news, which we're obviously going to get to. Will he be coming to Impact Wrestling? Is Alicia Edwards going to be the next champion? It's got a lot of updates on news about Impact 1000 and Victory Road. Sorry, I didn't give Gary his intro. It's almost that time, Gary. Halloween season. I know you're excited.
Yeah, my favorite time of year.
I know that's not your guy. Gary is a JaySin fan because JaySin is the greatest name and character ever, but that's for a different episode. Let's get to, well, let me mention Alicia first, just because shout out to Robles. I mean, we started talking about her, a year ago? She wasn't even on television. She was doing nothing, you know what I mean? And we were like, let's just give her a little something. Do this. And they did. I'm not saying to listen to us, but you know what I mean?
It was kind of like Robles had this. He looked into a crystal ball, and
seriously,
like what was going to happen a year from now, because like she's on bowl and she's got major cockiness to her, and I like it.
Yeah,
it's it looks good on TV, and like I'm happy for her success so far, Jay.
I was really thinking about this because at first I was like, "There's no way she's winning. That's ridiculous. Don't be stupid. Don't even waste a minute of your time." But there's so much going on with the knockouts now, with Jordan returning, Trinity there. Like you got Deanna, so you got three really big names at this point. And I think I'm missing someone, but you got MK Ultra killing it, and whatever. I'm still probably missing someone, but still, I mean that's a lot. So maybe she can get a cheap win here. I mean, I wouldn't mind that, especially if they do it right. And she obviously should have to quickly lose it. I'm guessing to like maybe Psycho Jordan, who's returning. I don't know. Just I like that she's getting the match. I mean, pretty much everyone has gotten a title shot. They mentioned how many Giselle has gotten recently, which I thought were unnecessary, but I'm not going to talk about that this week because got a lot of positive stuff. Episode 1000. I'm crazy excited for this episode, and I'm afraid that it's going to be like way too good for Impact fans, and then we're going to like go back to normal. I don't know. Are you thinking that at all? Are you worried about that at all? Is that just me?
Well, I definitely think they're going all out for this. I just wish they could, like, I don't know. I just get this. Wish we could, even maybe borrow somebody from the WWE, like, somebody that used to be an Impact.
Is it possible? As a surprise?
It could be that. But I got a feeling a lot of these guests that are popping up this week, or when we do the 1000th episode, I get this feeling that we're going to be inducting some of these people that are showing up. So,
that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, you might have to induct pretty much all of them. Let me just quickly update. Ultimate X has been announced. This is Saturday, September 9th, which is this Saturday, or whenever the hell you listen to it, last Saturday, maybe 6 Saturdays ago, 6 years ago. Who the hell knows when you're listening? Ultimate X, I'm really excited about. That should be awesome. Team 3D teaming up for the first time in 7 years. I'm not too excited about that, but it is Team 3D. And, that's a huge act. And the first time in years is cool. And then there is an insanely stacked knockouts match. Trinity, Jordan, Awesome Calm, Gail Kim together. Gary, what the hell? Hit that dog. With Raisha Saeed, who Gary's going to have to give me a little background on after I finish these names, against Deanna, Giselle, Savannah, Angelina, and question mark. So they each have a mystery member. With Velvet and Jay Vidal. So who the hell's Raisha Saeed?
Raisha Saeed was basically the mouthpiece for Awesome Kong. Kind of like
Oh.
giving her, that mentality that like everyone's your enemy kind of thing. She'd always show up in like when there'd be backstage segments, and I think she would always, if I remember right, she just always say silence. Like if
She
people
wore
were like,
she wore like the Muslim thing. I don't know.
yeah, she
Apologies
wore
to.
like the Muslim gear
Wow, didn't
and
get shit for
whatnot,
that.
but she was actually no. I think at the time it was kind of acceptable, I guess you could say.
Okay. I was thinking it'd be
But
worse back then, but I'm not sure what years this was exactly.
well, I mean, with the way Impact, they early on they were a lot of character driven storylines and stuff. Like
Yeah,
you had Abyss and whatnot.
yeah. Well, I mean, first off, super cool. I mean, Jesus, Gale and Awesome Kong together. I feel like that alone. I don't know. Maybe they should stretch this out. That's my only problem with this. Like, this is going to be insane. Then, and then there's also Kazarian and Tracy Brooks versus Alicia and Eddie, which I really thought was going to be going to Bound for Glory or whatever. But goddamn, like, I don't know. I feel like they should have maybe waited or like, I don't know, made this a special. I'm not sure if Victory Road is as special as that show.
Oh, as the 1,000th episode,
Yeah.
that's what there's been a debate on. Are they spending too much time on the 1,000th episode and maybe
Eh.
not quite enough on Victory Road? And I kind of see what they're saying, but like I think that a part of the problem is like there's been lack of build for these special events that we have every month because like we just did
It's
recently. I
every
think
2 weeks, exactly.
yeah, we did a back-to-back podcast for an actual special.
Yeah, you can't build like it, and then we're gonna do another one. I can't think of the
Yeah,
last time we did 3 straight episodes about TV. I don't think it's maybe not like in the last 6 months, and it's just it's weird.
yeah.
It's just too much. But for Victory Road, so we got Trinity versus Alicia for the Knockouts Championship. Deanna versus Jordan should be another awesome match between them. But something interesting has to happen there. That can't just be a regular match where Jordan's going to end up beating Deanna for the first time. I don't know. Something is going to happen. I'm just saying it. Then Leo Rush versus Kushida, which I didn't even know was a match, to be honest with you, until I think Thursday. I don't know if they announced it on Thursday, whatever. I just did so there's not much build for that in my mind. But I do like that Kushida has the X thing. Oh, wait, is that what he's using right now?
Oh yeah. He's
Oh,
kind of,
okay.
I don't know, he's kind of been donning it, or like kind of rubbing it in Leo Rush's face, like that. That title's coming home.
Why was I thinking that gave him a world title shot? Maybe because of whatever, not the point. So I don't know. That's a tough one. Actually, could Kushida even win being a New Japan guy? I don't know. Plus, I think we both love Leo Rush lately.
Oh yeah. In fact, tonight before we kind of delve into it here, I got the shirt, podcast shirt of
Oh,
the
he
week
remembered
is
it.
in fact Leo Rush. It's a Cyberpunk Tokyo T-shirt. I think it's very much in the theme of like Fast and the Furious with Tokyo Drift. It's currently on sale for $24.99 to $26.99. So I'll get on over to Shop Impact and check that out.
Yeah, he finally remembered the shirt of the week, but forgot to put out his damn dogs. So I guess 50-50 on that one.
Yeah,
And
I guess I could kind of blame that on a bunch of idiot kids in my neighborhood. They're out there hammering some wood, and it's getting my dogs going, and I apologize for that.
yeah, what are you gonna do? So ratings we got this week for the first time, and well, I think there's only 1 week off. Let's see, there were no numbers for August 24. Wait, sorry, but the number from August 17th was 107, which we complained about a little. 107, thought that was low, and now they're back to 134. So things are good for now. I don't know. I don't really worry
You
about
didn't happen
ratings.
to catch the demo this
Yeah,
week either, right?
I don't think it's changed its point two like ever
Oh, okay.
this year, which is a little weird. Unless it goes down to one sometimes, which I don't know. I don't even know if this matters.
But
We don't know what the hell that.
well, and to be fair, for people that kind of bash Impact for having like 120, 130, let's keep it in perspective that New Japan, a wrestling promotion that's supposed to be like 3 times the size of Impact, is lucky if it gets 50,000 on
Yeah, and
access.
I don't want to go after other promotions, but we're going to talk about AEW in a second, and I'm pretty sure Rampage is at like 300,000 or something, and that's on a big fucking network, much bigger than Access at least. So let's get into CM Punk quick, because this is an Impact show, and we don't want to spend too much time on it, but we're going to end up with, eventually, or whatever, could CM Punk come to Impact Wrestling? First off, where the hell else is he going to go?
Yeah, he's not. He's, I guess,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like it was recently. I guess it was he actually showed up at the WWE. He was at headquarters or whatever, and he was sent packing, I guess.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. Wow, good call.
Yeah, and then he went to AEW shortly after. And I told people I didn't think it was a good idea for him to go back there. It seems like to me he's got a lot of demons going on in his head, and like I don't know, if it were me, I don't know why he don't just try his luck at acting. He does have that name. He did a very good job in that horror film. Yeah, I remember Girl on the Third Floor.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, shockingly good. Yeah. I remember watching it just because Punk was in it, and then like I saw it on like lists afterwards on like underrated movies, and I'm like, what? Get the fuck out of here. So I mean, kind of weird. Like he got like a critically loved movie, or I mean, I think it was, but so I mean, this thing, I don't know if you've read everything about this, because it's insane and it is nonstop. Like there's so many stories. I feel like we shouldn't even waste time talking about it, because it's going to change by the time we post this fucking thing. But I mean, like, so like there's a story about him, like Tony getting lunged at by Punk, like that Punk was actually going to attack Tony, which I mean, I just can't see it. I mean, okay, like, and the only parts of these stories are coming from people who work at AEW, you know what I mean? Like backstage AEW people. So
yeah, and I gather too, it was said that Punk, I don't know if there was like a scuffle between I can't think of his name. Jack
Punk
Perry. Jack. Well, I guess there was a scuffle in like some kind of like table that might have had like maybe catering or something or another was nearby Tony, and some of it ended up near him or on him. I'm not sure. I heard something like that.
That's pretty funny.
And you can't be doing that. The boss is there. Whether you like Tony Khan or not, he writes the checks. You gotta, you can't be acting like a second grader.
But also, I don't know if you know this. And this, I'm pretty sure this came from Cornette, who, I mean, whatever, man. I know a lot of people don't like him, but like when he tells stories, he doesn't lie. Like, you know what I mean? When he's telling, when he's talking about like Punk and what he knows, like I really think he just says what he knows for the most part. Like, sure, he doesn't like AEW. He might be a little biased when it comes to that, but he mentioned how, and I'm pretty sure this is a fact because I looked it up afterwards, and I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere. Whatever, I got a lot going on today. Got a new suit. So, Punk's supposedly before any of the match started, everyone knew that Jack Perry was going to go through actual glass in his match, right? And everyone was against it, people at AEW. So they all kind of got together, and they're like, all right, he's not listening to us. Let's go to fucking the biggest star in the company, CM Punk. And that's what they did. They went to CM Punk before, the confrontation. Like that's why there was the confrontation. Because it was kind of like, they went behind my, I guess, like, Perry thought, like, people went behind my back to go talk to Punk, like, you know what I mean? Like, what is he, my fucking dad or something? And then Punk, but the whole thing was they wanted him to use fake glass, this dude. So I don't know, like, it's crazy to me. Like, I feel like, well, I don't feel like, if that story is correct, that means they respected Punk enough to send him, to pick out of all the fucking people in the back over Chris Jericho. They picked CM Punk. They said, out of all the people that can talk this kid into it, maybe CM Punk we think is the guy. So, and now, a day later he's fired and he's the devil? Like, I don't know. I feel like we missed a lot, or, there's been stuff going on behind the scenes this whole time, and it was clearly the elite versus Punk. And in terms of money, I feel like Punk will always be worth more than every one of those goddamn guys combined. So, I don't know. Like, there's a reason Hulk Hogan was Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? He pushed people around. Yeah. He didn't lose fucking matches. Like, top stars. You know what I mean? Cena was a dick. There's stories about Cena like that. He wouldn't lose to certain people. Austin, everyone, like top guys like Punk. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think they have to be dicks sometimes. And I don't know. The whole story is weird. And then I got from just really quick. from Vince Russo. Tony did not know what he was getting into. Same as me when I got into WWE. But then he said I had friends or whatever, like people behind the scenes. I had Vince, he helped me out. This is not real life. It's a wrestling bubble run by people like Sean Sapp, Mike Johnson, etc. I forget the other names he threw in there, pretty much all of them, who have no idea about the business because they've never been part of it, which is totally true. They've never been behind the curtain, like he kept saying. He said, you can't blame Tony Khan. He wasn't born in the bubble, but he can take away valuable lessons. I don't have hatred for him. He thought it was all rainbows and sunshine, and now he knows that it's not. And how's this ending? Dixie Carter learned the same way, except much quicker. Nice little shout out to Dixie there.
Yeah, and to further what you were saying, Dutch Mantel says too, Tony's gonna have to change his business sense. He can't be one of the boys and run a successful company. He has to become basically probably what everybody AEW fan doesn't want, but he's gonna have to be kind of like a Vince McMahon, where it's his way or the highway.
Yeah, and yes, I forget who it was, but it was either Russo or Cornette or whoever the hell I was listening to. I was like a bunch of people this morning just for the hell of it. I was listening to like everyone's trying to hit everyone's side about Punk, and shit, I just lost myself. God damn it.
Well, and honestly, Dutch Mantel went on to say too that he would have fired both of their asses, and he said it's very, it's unprofessional.
Yeah.
To just, he goes, it's sad when your company is doing better backstage with its drama than it is when it's the focal point of the show and it's losing viewers.
That's totally true. I mean, who would want to see Perry versus Punk? You know what I mean? A goddamn pay-per-view after knowing that shit. And like, I feel like back in the old days or whenever, like wrestlers would have worked shit out. Like, not everybody has to be friends. It's fucking wrestling. It's a job. You don't have to be friends with everyone at your job. Like, it's not. How many times are they all backstage hanging out? I don't know. Once a week. It's not like they tape every night.
And to be fair, just from what I've been reading or listening to Dutch Mantel, getting into his head a little bit, I kind of feel like he would, he is still available from what I see. I see he doesn't really say too much about AEW, other than, like the political stuff that's going on, but he sounded like he really enjoyed his time in Impact. So, I mean, if we could bring him in, if it's at all possible, even, as, creative writer or whatever, I would, I'd like to see something, maybe, maybe Scott should try to give him a call.
Oh God, imagine the creativity he could have instead of Scott. But, so I forget who it was, but they mentioned that, like, he can't be the bad guy, Tony, and he just needs to bring in a bad guy. Like, that's all. Like, someone like JR would fire. Like JR, remember, like JR would always fire people, like he would make JR the bad guy a lot of the time. But that was Vince. Vince also loved being the bad guy. Like, that's not Tony. Tony's like a good, like, he's like a nice dude, you know what I mean? Like, he just, he wants like all the nice parts of wrestling, and then he found out all this shit. So, whatever. He just needs to hire like a bad fucking, I don't know, a big scary dude next to him that everyone, like an Undertaker kind of guy. Like, I don't know. Like, just someone that people respect and is like scared the shit out of. Maybe put Sting on steroids and just turn him into a fucking lunatic somehow. But whatever. I don't like the Elite, so I kind of just don't like that they won here. I saw a video about the Young Bucks celebrating after All Out happened. Like, and someone mentioned that they were just doing this because they knew the Punk thing had happened, and he left and he wouldn't be returning. So, like, I don't know, just said pussy moves. And Punk has yet to mention anything as of us recording right now. I've been arguing with our producer Larry for about 2 straight days, so I'm confused, and I don't know. Like, there's no unbiased witnesses from what I've read. It's going to keep changing. Maybe some legal stuff. Maybe he'll just pop up at Impact. I mean, again, who the hell knows? Because where else is he going to go? New Japan? They have a deal with. I think they have a better deal with AEW than they do with Impact, so that would probably be weird. I don't know, but let's move on to something way more important, which is Tommy Dreamer's career is on the goddamn line this week. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not this. Yeah, this weekend. Is it this weekend? Next weekend? Jesus, when is this show? Jesus, when is Victory Road? Hang on. September 8th.
This Friday.
Shit, it is this Friday. God damn it. Okay, so we didn't go. I didn't finish it, but the Rascals versus Motor City Machine Guns, I mean, will be awesome, but I don't like the champ not having a world title match. And again, it just makes him look weak, which I think a lot of Impact fans would agree. Shelley comes off as a weak champion. Especially when you got Josh
Oh,
around, who returns, and like everyone's like, "Oh, the man's back finally,"
well, I mean, I think it's been kind of like, you know, like we were mentioning that the roster's been kind of thin in the upper, the upper level of the show. And kind of like I think this kind of rears its ugly head because back probably circa 2005, 2006, Alex Shelley probably isn't even going to be fighting in a singles match. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then it's kind of hard to believe that he's world champion, especially in 2023. No knock
Yeah.
on him, but like you don't think of him as a heavyweight champion per
Yeah,
se.
no, I agree. I mean, one of the best, definitely one of the best tag teams of all time. And I'm sure that match will be awesome and definitely looking forward to it. But yeah, just don't like that he's champion. And then we got, well, let me run past the other ones before we get to the Dreamers thing. Josh versus Macklin. I don't know about that one. Hopefully that's a DQ because I don't know. Can't have Josh lose, and I don't like having Macklin lose his first match back. And pretty much the same for Bully and PCO. I feel like PCO, well, no, that's the opposite. PCO has to win, no?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't you mean against Bully, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think he should get the win, but I don't know. Lately, they've been kind of booking PCO to look strong, but like
Never win.
he sometimes doesn't get the win. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
He'll lose, but then sit back up and be like, I'm not dead. But I don't know, man. Sooner or later, you got to do more than that.
yeah,
And
it makes me wonder with Devon return. Like if he's
yeah.
gonna show up even before the 1,000th episode or
Yeah,
something.
I mean, that's interesting, too. You got all those, you're going to have pretty much, I guess, yeah, pretty much everyone's going to be there, right? So who the hell knows who's going to come out during these matches? Because everyone's going to be like, Awesome Khan could come out there and she could join Trinity, you know what I mean? Just squash Alicia or something. She could friggin'
Yeah,
join
yeah.
Deanna. She can be on Deanna's side. Who the hell knows? Like, I know what kind of crazy shit can happen. But there's only
Number of names.
seven matches, and I got to mention this: Jake something, who has been pushed pretty hard lately, is not even on the card. So, like, what are you doing, man? Why are you pushing him on TV if he's not even on the goddamn card? Like, figure out your shit. Also, who's
Because
not on the card is our boy Stone Cold Heath. He just vanishes, that dude.
oh, he's not on there against Kenny King.
Oh no, sorry. Kenny King versus Tommy effing Dreamer, career versus title, match of matches.
Road. Okay, I was
Yeah.
assuming they would pick Heath against, and I thought maybe that was just going to be an episode.
Oh god, He's gonna take out Kenny and help Tommy win. Oh god. Oh, god. Well, the more I thought about this, there's no way he's losing because Dreamer's not retiring yet. It's not happening. He has, I mean, like, well, first, I mean, I'm not sure if it counts indies. I mean, if they counted indies, he's not retiring. Like, he has, first off, he has dates I've seen past that. So, you know what I mean? Unless it's like his retirement tour, but I just don't think he's going to. I think he could do like 10 more years. And I think he said he would do like 10 more years recently, but I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. So I think he definitely wins that. And as much as I'm going to hate it, it will probably at least get people talking in a, I don't know, maybe even a negative way. Like, Tommy Dreamer is one of your champions. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know. I mean, Kenny King has been awesome, so that'll hurt doubly.
Yeah, we might want to mention tonight the episode we're reviewing is number 998, which is 2 away from our 1,000th episode. So,
okay, so
pretty big accolade.
Oh, it is. So it is next week. Jeez. So it's following up Victory. Oh man, they just got too much going on. I'm sorry. Or maybe it's not that. Maybe it's everyone. Because I've been watching some AEW and WWE, and goddamn, there's a show every night. So like, it's very easy for Impact to get lost, I think, in the shuffle.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of wrestling for sure.
And speaking of that, whoops, my bad.
You've got mail.
And speaking of that, I happened to read our mail question early this time, and it's related. So I just want to thank you guys for reviewing all the Impact shows. Been a bad year. Stopped watching for now. Thanks for keeping me up to date. That's from Steve from Coos Bay, Oregon. Then there's a P.S. Your producer is a dick. Okay, that part was unneeded. But I read what we're sent, and yeah, sometimes he is. And you're welcome, Steve. Yeah, it has been rough sometimes. And I don't know. We'll keep doing it as long as Tommy Dreamer's champion and whatever the hell else is going on. I mean, we'll find something to talk about, I guess, even if it's, not totally positive. And I think that's everything
But
for the episode.
yeah, well, we're gonna get at the episode.
Guess we should
Well, I
talk
must
about
say,
the episode. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I just gonna say, like, it's I actually liked this episode this week. I don't know how you felt about it. I thought it was pretty well rounded. A lot of action, a little bit more than what they've been prior weeks. Let's just get into the. We'll discuss
Well,
it
first
here.
off, I was really excited seeing a battle royal. I just love battle. I say it all the time. I love battle royals. I like any kind of goddamn gimmicks. I feel like they have, definitely not more than feel like they haven't had enough gimmick matches. And like this was formerly TNA. They have what is it? That X Division match next week. Shit, whatever I just said before. They have it's right here. My picture. Ultimate X next week.
Leo Kevin
No,
Knight.
no, just the Ultimate X match. I'm sorry, next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a week from today, episode 1000. I mean, they have the Ultimate X match. Like every Impact fan, like I've ever spoken to, look at their highlights. Look at what they post all the time. It's either like gorgeous knockouts or like Abyss in a crazy hardcore match, or just any other kind of crazy gimmick matches, like the ladders and chairs with the Hardys and all that. Like those were some great. That was great. Like I don't think anybody like dislikes. Like what happened to ladders? Jesus. I don't know. I just want more of that. Even I'm looking at this pay-per-view fest. Every match, the upcoming special, every match. There's not a thing on this match except for anything goes. Bully Ray PCO. No gimmicks at all. Why not put the goddamn that X Division match on the actual special instead of regular TV? Spread out. I don't think it's needed when you got Team 3D and you got Trinity and Awesome Kong and Awesome Kong and Gail Kim and fucking Angelina. Sorry, Jesus, I forgot about the goddamn beautiful people. Jesus. How many people are going to watch just for them?
Oh yeah, definitely. But like getting to your past points about like Impact having to try, doing a little bit more gimmicky type shows, and good way to kick off this week's Impact with a number one contender battle royal for the knockouts.
Also, really quickly, Courtney Rush mentioned she would like to be part of a reverse battle royal on Impact 1000. Sorry, I don't think that's happening. I mean, I would love it, but I mean, I don't even think she's going to be on that show.
I just don't know where. Well, I don't know where they're going to find the time, Jay. If it's actually going to be 2 hours, I mean, we have a hard enough time getting everybody on the show.
And I mean, they got
it should be 3. I wouldn't hurt to be 3
I could see it being 2 weeks. Okay, definitely. That's made it, I don't know. I think that's why I would have saved it, made it like a special. Because who's not going to get mic time? You tell me the Dudley Boys are going to wrestle, not get mic time. You tell me freaking beautiful people aren't going to get mic time with a big ass entrance and a huge reaction.
And we don't know. Yeah, we don't know what what's going to go on backstage, or like if we're going to go cinematic in this episode. We don't really know much about this episode.
Yeah, very weird. But I mean, goddamn, I'm so excited for Impact 1000. I kind of just want to jump over this week and whatever else. But Knockouts Battle Royals. So yeah, this was fun enough just because I like Battle Royals and it wasn't long, which makes it nice. I don't like long, stupid Battle Royals unless it's a, Royal Rumble.
Well, I see somebody complain about the outcome on this, and I was like, yeah, but you're overthinking this because you're bashing it because it's somebody you don't like. I mean, how many times did we see the Miz?
Oh yeah, what the ending you mean?
Underneath the camp out underneath the ring apron, and
did you notice when it was happening?
Yeah, I honestly did because I kind of looked for that because I never seen her eliminated, and with it being a 10 women battle royal, it's kind of more standoutish to me.
I think it was perfect because it was Alicia. Like everyone, I think people like me probably overlooked it just because it is Alicia. And you're thinking there's no way fucking Alicia's gonna win. No, Alicia's never gonna win this thing with friggin', especially when it was the last two were Jody Threat and Kylene, who were like probably that next rung down from like the top knockouts. And then Alicia popped in, eliminates them both, and just really cool heel thing. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, unless you just hate Alicia, but Who else? I mean, everyone gets a title shot. Like, I don't want to hear shit about, oh, she doesn't deserve a title shot. Like, everyone's got a goddamn title shot and Impact in the last few, whatever. I mentioned that before. But, yeah, I mean, it was a cool thing. She's been a good heel for a while. And whatever. I'm totally fine with her getting a title shot and losing or even winning it for a month.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know, just because I think too it'd be more than acceptable. Because I mean, look at the lineage of an Eddie Edwards. I mean,
Yeah.
they're married, and I don't know. In her resume, she could always lay claim that she actually was a women's knockouts champion.
Yeah, and I mean, just listen. She wins it once, and then whenever the next show is, she comes out, celebrates, and just gets fucking destroyed by someone and loses the belt. That's it. Like, that's how fast you can do it.
Not
Make
about
someone look even.
longevity. It's not
Yeah.
about longevity if you're a champion.
Yes.
You
No,
can
that'll be there
you can
forever. She'll
have
be champ. She can
you
have it
can
for a
have it
minute.
one
She'll be
better.
champion. Yeah. You'll have it unless you get Bret Harted, like when Hulk Hogan did it that year with Yokozuna. That was painful. One of the worst endings ever. But I don't know where that came from. So Crazy Steve, how about that fucking mask?
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, you have the
I don't
you,
know if you've ever
have the.
seen the.
Sorry, that's in the picture, the thumbnail.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I liked it. It had that kind of like that night breed mixed with kind of like something from The Hills Have Eyes or some shit. Just like kind of like very throwbackish.
Have you ever seen a mask open like that in wrestling?
Oh no, not that design at all. I think Steve needed a repackaging, and I think Impact did a good job with this storyline so far. I just want to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I like it. It's all cool, but here's my only thing. That mask is so cool. I was picturing and again, I got to go with my boy Robles here, who mentions this stuff. Like, if you just have this random guy with some big dude with that mask on, fucking shit up for a few weeks or months, like, we don't even have to know who it is. That would be incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
But for now, it's just a really cool mask on top of Steve, who, I don't know, man. I'm just afraid well, not afraid. Like, I don't think, like, how far can Steve go? We all know Steve, like, an awesome mask and, like, the biggest push in the world. It's not going to turn him into what? World champion?
Yeah, I definitely don't think they're going for wins with Steve. If they were, they wouldn't have had Speedball get the DQ win here.
Yeah, okay. I like that then. A guy who just doesn't want to win, just wants to hurt people.
Yeah, he wants to go for their eyeballs, Jay.
Yeah. Rest in peace. I always thought that's what Bray Wyatt should have been. Because I remember he was losing a lot, and I'm like, but he's still fucking over. Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, you can even make that his thing. Like, he doesn't care. Like, he gets this. I don't know. I'd like to see a wrestler like that. Even PCO.
Yeah, much like your
PCO.
George, just like back in the day with George Animal Steel. He just wanted to destroy in main arm. That's it,
Yeah, but I mean, he was like, I don't know the words to use, but he was not roll there in the head. But I mean, if you had somebody who was just like a psycho and like knew exactly what he was doing in that way, I don't know, that'd be cool. Plus, I love just got random guys in masks so we don't know who they are, and I feel like that might have been a little miss when you could have just put Steve in some crazier face paint and he's still kind of Steve. But I don't know. I'll see where it goes. And very weird, I gotta say, Mike Bailey was not promoted for this show. It was Crazy Steve in action. No mention of Mike Bailey, who is one of the top fucking draws in the independents. Maybe the top draw. He main events almost every fucking independent show. Like, that's just stupid.
I couldn't believe they like booked him the first, to come on, to be introduced to this new Crazy Steve character.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
And then you give him you probably give him one of the toughest guys on the roster.
Yeah, and I mean, who's gonna? Just a really weird spot especially for Bailey. A weird spot for Bailey, who is Bailey even on there? I'm looking fast. He's not even on the card yet for this week, but maybe he'll get Steve. I don't know.
I don't know if this is the first time. I believe this is the first time that Speedball's actually had to face somebody who was kind of very hardcore, like, too.
Yeah, I mean, I like that, but I don't know. Do we want to see Speedball doing stuff like that? Or we want to see him just doing the Speedball thing?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't know. It's kind of a weird spot because he could have the match of the night with anyone. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you want to put him in with someone who's going to be not really wrestling. It's going to be more of a brawl, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And then we got news. Will Ospreay will be at Turning Point and Bound for Glory, which is pretty huge. If you're a fan of his, I mean, he's an awesome wrestler. And I thought he gave a really good promo before his All In or All Out. What the fuck? I don't know. Stupid ass having two shows like that in 2 weeks with those names. It's just confusing as hell. But I mean, awesome wrestler and whatever else. And then,
definitely. Can't take nothing away from his athletic ability. I just wish he'd handle his politics a little better when it comes to other promotions like that.
Didn't you say he like fucked over Impact?
Yeah, he hasn't before, and like I don't know. I kind of felt like when we did the tour, I kind of felt like he used Impact at one point for kind of like a stepping stone.
I can't remember him at Impact. You know what years were around?
I think it was I can't remember what year it was. I do know it was the year that we had the really kind of the weird, like above the ring kind of setup.
How many sides on the ring were there? Was that?
Yeah, it was huge.
Was it the 6-sided ring? Do you remember?
No, it was definitely the 4 sides.
Oh, okay. Wow. I don't remember that. It's weird. All right, I gotta look that up. Whatever. So PCO, we get more of him and Bully Ray. I don't know. I actually liked this because Bully Ray he was calling him Carl, and he was like, "I wasn't actually trying to kill you," even though when he fucking liked the guy, he literally lit him on fire.
Yeah, well, the thing is, that's his actual real life name, Carl.
But then, what the hell was the deal with like, I want the man, not the monster? So what? You murder the monster to get? Like, don't tell me they're gonna fucking turn PCO into like, oh god, what was his name?
I don't know.
He was a business character. He wasn't bad, but like, you know what I mean? They're gonna make Carl fucking, oh man, Carl Parks, fucking the dentist Carl. Oh man,
yeah,
please,
but I don't know.
Don't.
I didn't know if you noticed that too, like when PCO was glancing through the window where he's trying to get at Bully. When he said, I think he might have said Carl again, and then
and he kind of froze.
They kind of like panned on his face, like maybe we'll
Carl.
See, see something like that. I don't know, maybe not full blown like you mentioned, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I think we talked about that in the past. If someone kind of controlling him would be cool.
Yeah.
But whatever. I just don't want some dude named lame ass named Carl instead of PCO. Okay, Eric Young versus Khan. I'll be honest, I didn't fucking care, and this went 13 minutes. What are you doing?
Well,
it's Eric. I'm sorry, it's Eric fucking Young. Like, are they trying to bring him back in the lamest mid-card looking guy way possible? This is a former fucking world champ, Triple Crown, right? This guy did everything.
Yeah. Well, my problem with it is you're trying to appease this wrestler, Eric Young, EY. You're trying to keep him around, and you're putting him in a very lame feud. There's really nothing there that's going to want to. Maybe the dollar signs will fall, in his favor coming from Impact, but
the way he talks, I feel like he's part of creative, or like at least his own. So I think he would be with this, and that worries me. Like, maybe he's not that creative. This is how he wanted to return, unless it was all just okay, we got to get past this, we got to go through this, even though they didn't. Like, I don't think Impact. I think Impact fans would have been fine if EY had one match and the shit was over. It doesn't need to go a few months.
Yep.
And who's left? He beat Khan, right? There's nobody left. It's Khan and Dean.
Yeah, he hit him with a second pile driver.
Yeah, so I don't know what the hell's left for that. Really hope it's over. And as of now, Eric Young is not on the card for this week. Like, I don't know, man. I just want to see him magically pop to the goddamn main event as a good guy, but I know that's not going to happen. But maybe sooner than later. And then we get news about Jordan Grace coming back at Victory Road. And then I guess Deanna watched that video, which was kind of weird, and then challenged Jordan Grace. So that's going to happen. And that's Victory Road. I'm sure that'll be really good. And then Wentz versus Sabin, which I don't remember seeing promoted for this show, but maybe I'm surprised. And I thought this was good, except the new champ losing. Which, I don't know. That's just fucking wrestling, I guess, these days.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It seems like when you think they go one way with Saban, where you think he would, I'm not knocking. I love Chris Saban. Don't get me wrong, but from a career standpoint, I would have thought it would have been a much bigger deal for Wentz to go over Chris here.
Yeah.
And I don't really see what Chris has to gain from this other than getting a win over somebody who has half the tag team title.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those, oh, look, now maybe they're going to become new champions because Saban beats him, and it's just an
Yeah.
old wrestling trope or whatever. Lazy creative or whatever the hell. I don't know. But I'm sure that match will be awesome. The tag team match coming up. And they had a thing with, what, ABC and the Good Hands? I mean, I don't know. Like, why is that still going on? They're not in the same league.
No, they definitely aren't. But like, I feel like I think if we get to see more of the Good Hands, though, like I think eventually they could, you could book them to be credible if if you give them the right storyline, and it's like you're putting them probably against one of the best tag teams in all of Impact. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
not really the direction you should go. You should kind of give them a little bit of enhancement talent to beat.
Yeah, a lot of bad usage or weird usage or whatever. I don't know.
You're kind of giving cream of the crop, if you will.
Yeah, so no post match bullshit there, obviously. And yeah, I mean, that match will eventually be great. Like we said, I have no idea what the hell they're doing with ABC and the Good Hands. That's like similar to Eric Young, just fucking ended already. ABC is so much better. And I don't know, I guess they're going to get their shots. I'm guessing they'll pop back into the world champion, whatever, tag championship mix after this. Like, once they retain this week over machine guns and all that. I mean, who the hell's left in the tag division anyway?
Yeah, no, it seems like it's depleting. We were commenting about how good it was looking. It looks
Fucking
like
subculture, man. I
yeah,
mean,
and then
they
they
did
leave.
they did have a thing here with Santino, how they wanted a rematch against the Rascals. I'm not sure what happened there. Is that next week? Are they still not gone yet? Do they have another match left?
Says they
Did
pitched a
Santino
title
say
match
"fuck
with
you"?
Subculture versus Sammy and Swan for next week.
Oh, so it is next week. Really, it Impact 1,000? Jeez.
No,
Good luck.
not for that. I
Oh,
guess
this
just a
week?
regular. Yeah, this Thursday. The go home show for Victory Road.
Okay, didn't see that yet. I did see the matches for this week, and I did not think that was one of them. Yeah, oh, yeah, it is. There you go. Okay. It's Diana versus Danny Luna. Should be nice
Oh
seeing
yeah,
her
that's
again.
very
This looks like a good week,
that's
man.
very impressive.
Leo versus
Yeah, I
Kevin
love this.
Knight.
Yeah, that'll be sick, that match.
Subculture versus Swan and Callahan. And then Josh PCO versus Bully Macklin. So this looks like a good week. But back to this week, because we did not finish with Macklin had a nice promo here. I mean, the guy's really goddamn good at those little quick promos, like the video kind of promo things. Even in the ring, too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like when he first started, it was. I have to admit, it's pretty
Yeah.
majorly boring for
Yeah,
me when he first.
I didn't buy it. I remember we would talk about that shit.
Yeah, and I thought he had a really ugly Tron. He had this like black and white like line
Yeah.
thing, and like they've improved that vastly. And I think people can say what they will, but I mean I think you give him a nice Tron and you kind of give him a bit of an edge in the ring, or have him shoot some really good promos, and then you start to change your ideals about wanting to see what direction they go with him.
Yeah, gotta give it to them on him. Did a really good goddamn job with him in terms of creating a star for Impact, like an Impact star. I don't want to hear people like, oh, he's a fucking star. Yeah, an Impact star in terms of Impact. That's all. So then we get the main event.
Homegrown, as you say.
yeah, that too.
Homegrown
But
talent.
simply like a believable goddamn like who knew Steve Macklin 2 years ago, and now he like not even just a believable, but like someone that fans want as champion. So the main event, our boy Moose with Myers, who are just a little out of place, but so is Jake Something on the other side. And then Moose Myers Edwards versus Kazarian something Sonata. Didn't something just wrestle Sonata?
Yeah, I just gotta say I don't like a multi-man for the main event. I think it should be a one-on-one counter, whether it be the knockout.
It's lazy
it's
AEW booking. Put fucking eight
I don't
people
like
together in a match because we don't want to write shit for anything. And look, these guys fought, so let's stick them together. No, lazy, like a lot of these matches and like a lot of everything.
Yeah, like you said, Jake something and Sonata just fought. I mean, I kind of get there was a respect factor after Sonata got the win on Jake, but like you're still going to have a little bit of resentment, whether it be behind the scenes or in real life. You're gonna be you're gonna have a little animosity there.
How about once again, Jake something got the fucking pin in this match, and he's not on Victory Road. Like, what are they? I don't know what they're going for. This is like a huge, fast fucking push of this guy who returned, and it's similar to Steve, where it's like we're not gonna hire someone else. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna like repackage guys and hope people buy it.
Yeah, then not to mention Jay, we put him in the main event of this past week's Impact show, only for him to not be on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly. It's so and he just main event. Did he main event? Was that the main event against Sonata?
Yeah, this is the main event.
He main evented a goddamn pay-per-view going for the New Japan friggin'. I think that was for the title, but maybe it wasn't. Whatever. He main evented a goddamn pay-per-view against Sonata, like just so random. Like dude just popped up like a few weeks ago. And if you're new to Impact, you probably think this Jake something is better than Eric Young and things like that. I hate. Like you got to remember, like it's news. Like it's not everyone. I don't know. I always compare it to like the fucking MCU. I'm sure people hate it, but like they used to have bigger names. Like the MCU used to have bigger names, better stories. It's like the same shit. And if you don't have the big names, you got to have better stories, and you got to have like other things like that. Like they still have some good things, but they're
it's just like Well, it's just like DC with Blue Beetle. No, you know what I mean? You can't get much more lamer than
it's really like anything. How many Halloween movies were great?
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, that was a real question.
Oh, yeah, there's not many. I admit I did like the first 4, and then by 5, it just kind of felt like the same old, and then they went a direction with comedy, and I didn't care for. I think what happens is you get different directors for each installment, and like some embrace it a little more than others, and actually care about the original source.
Yeah, see, I think that's exactly the same. Like with the MCU, what's happening? I was rewatching WandaVision, which is fucking fantastic, and like there's so many Easter eggs and things that look back on or like lead back to. Then there's like other shows where it's like, oh look, I got all these powers, and fuck what happened before. It doesn't matter, and nobody, like no fan wants to hear fuck what happens before. Like if you're watching Halloween, like do you want to hear? You know what? Fuck that JaySin guy. I'm sorry, JaySin. Fuck what the hell's his name? Jesus, I'm blanking. Halloween.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, like part 3. Like, imagine they continued and they're like, fuck Michael Myers. We're gonna follow Joe fucking Blow or whoever. Like, would anyone actually be into that? Yeah, and whatever. I don't know where I was going with that, but we gotta end it here. Get under 50 minutes. So, you got anything else out there? Have you made any goddamn reviews lately, you lazy bastard?
Kate says I have. My son does return to school tomorrow, so who knows?
That's fair. I'll be doing a review. You got a lot of back to school stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. So he'll be going. Oh, you'll have more time now. Good. So now you have no excuses not to make your videos. That's Gary's Movie Emporium, I believe.
Well, I got kind of changed to Movie Crypt, but people know me more by the Emporium, so
the Crypt.
Take your pick.
Tales from the Crypt. Maybe you can steal that name. All right, that's about all we got for this week. I apologize for that Smash Mouth opening. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm glad you knew the lyrics, but I heard the song before, but I don't think as much on the lyrics as you, Jay.
It's one of those songs. It's one of those songs like I'll laugh at, but actually kind of dance around and love and whatever else. All right, that's it, everyone. Gotta stop before we hit 50. Have a good one.
See you later.